This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
Yes.
My lord, this is a selection process start in pursuance of a rule. This rule called, which is annexed with my writ petition, that is Masud Billah Sardar, page number 50.
Page number
50. What is it? This rule may be called the West Bengal Madrasa Service Commission Recruitment Selection and Recommendation of Person for Appointment and Transfer to the Post of Teacher and Non-Teaching Staff Rules 2023. Well, this rule defines what is the qualification. Well, kindly turn page number 54. Qualification defined 2A 35, Roman 35, 36, pardon me, 36, 54, qualification. Got it, my lord? Qualification means qualification of teachers as mentioned in these rules and as notified by the NCT as far as applicable in case of non-government aided madrasa of West Bengal. So what is the definition of qualification? Definition of qualification is very specific. As per the NCT, the qualification ought to be gathered by the candidate, then only he become an eligible candidate to participate in a selection process. Now, my lord, kindly take, my lord, although it is annexed with this ADM Abdullah, but I will, my lord, request my lord to take my spiral, my favorite spiral, that my lord, minimum eligibility criteria narrated in NCT is a non-paginated, my lord. This is, but in ADM Abdullah it is annexed, my lord. I saw ADM Abdullah, it is annexed. In ADM Abdullah, sorry, yes, ABM Abdullah, it is annexed in page number 79.
Yes.
In ABM Abdullah, page number 79, thereafter. This is after Right to Education Act came into force. This is a minimum eligibility criteria. First time, the way of notification, NCT published it. Because in the NCT Act, by amending the NCT Act, section 12, where Malol will remember, I placed in the last occasion, NCT, earlier there was just an authority who just supervised the Teachers Training Institute. Thereafter, after coming the Right to Education Act, under section 23 of the Right to Education Act, NCT became the academic authority. And NCT is the responsible authority, become the responsible authority throughout the country, what would be the minimum eligibility criteria.
Oh.
And on that score, it is written, in exercise of the power conferred by subsection 1, section 23 of the Right of Person of Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009, issued by Department of School Education Literacy such and such, Government of India, National Council of Teacher Education hereby lays down the following minimum qualification for a person to eligible for appointment as teacher in class 1 to 8. So NCT determine what would be the minimum eligibility criteria. So that is the qualification. Now, my lord, kindly see from class 1 to 5 and 6 to 8, what is the minimum eligibility criteria? I just take, my lord, class, this is upper primary, that's why, my lord, class 6 to 8, very next page, page number 80. BA, BSc. Got it, my lord?
Yes.
BA, BSc and 2-year diploma in elementary education. There is a composition of two qualifications. One is that general academic qualification. Another one is that teachers training qualification. Got it, my lord? This is combination of two, or that is disjunctive clause. BA BSc again at least 50% marks and 1 year bachelor in education, B.Ed. So one general degree, another one is professional degree. So general degree plus professional degree, that is minimum eligibility criteria. Now my lord, kindly came just after this 1A, there is an adjunctive clause, and passed in teacher eligibility test, that is TET. So become a teacher, 3 requisite qualification is essential. One is one general degree, another one is one professional degree, another one is TET. So 3 requisite qualification ought to be with a candidate, then only he become a eligible candidate. Now my lord, after passing this interim order, that pursuing candidate is allowed to participate in the selection process, one reputation came, this ABM Abdullah came. Now my lord, what was his averment? I just, ABM Abdullah, what he wants, what is his prayer, and what is their averment. They are not eligible to participate. If my lord hold, 2 things might happen. My lord hold that this candidate who participate in a selection process as a pursuing candidate, they are not eligible in the selection process because they have not requisite qualification. Requisite qualification. I raised this question, whether ABM Abdullah have that requisite qualification on last cut-off date. Anywhere they stated, yes, on last cut-off date, I have TET qualification certificate, because according to the TET conduct guideline, 3 they ought to TET first. TET certificate will be.
As per you, 3 qualifications are necessary.
Yes.
One is graduation, another is a professional degree, and third is a TET.
Yes.
Now, a pursuing candidate, as per order of Honorable Supreme Court as well as the order of this court, can participate in TET.
They are eligible to participate in TET.
We have to see whether the other 2 criteria are also fulfilled or not.
At the time of selection. Now, question is that what cut-off date will be determining factor? What would be the last cut-off date? If they says, suppose the last cut-off date, according to them, I don't know which one they determine as a cut-off date. 12 June 2023, if that is the last cut-off date, I raised that question. If according to them, on that day, this candidate have not requisite qualification, that is training qualification, I also raised that question, whether you have a TET pass certificate or not. Because ABM Abdullah was not TET passed on that particular date. He is an ineligible candidate. If he hold that on particular date, the Masud Billah, that person have not requisite qualification because their training was undergoing. That's why they are not eligible. On particular date, they also have not any TET certificate. Being an ineligible candidate, they raise the question. Although in pursuance of court order, Masud Billah participate in the selection process. Others can similarly situated candidate, being a pursuing candidate, they also participate in the selection process. But every recruitment process, every selection process, which hold, that is already governed by its rule. I will place the rule later on, because what is the exact position? Because if they says the Masud Billah and others pursuing candidate, they are not eligible, then they ought to accept that they are also not eligible. But my submission is that both are eligible. If Masud Billah is not eligible, then ABM Abdullah is also not eligible. Then whole selection process ought to set aside by this court. Because of that, on particular date, no candidate was eligible. If this court hold on a particular date is the last cut-off date, and on that last cut-off date, the qualification ought to be there. Because of that, by showing an advertisement, because this is a complete misinterpretation. Mhm. I believe my learned friend showing this information guideline, which is annexed to my petition, page number 75. Page number 77 is the requisite paragraph. That is para 16. Qualification will be as on last date of application. I believe time and again they shows it.
Error. Page number.
77, para 16. Item 11, that is.
Yes.
Because by showing this is, well, kindly I read it just all the single paragraph. 16. Qualification. Got it, my lord? Qualification defined in the rule. Rule says as per the NCT. If FBM Abdullah holds it, qualification as per their submission, qualification ought to be on the last date, that is 14 June, although 3 corrigendum notice, it was in the month of July in the year 2023. If they hold it on that particular date, others candidate who was the pursuing candidate, they are not eligible, then ABM Abdullah was also not eligible. Being ineligible candidate, they participate in the selection process because at that point of time, at that juncture, they not possess any TET qualification certificate or they was not a TET qualified candidate. So being ineligible candidate, they participate in the selection process. The whole problem started because of not giving a particular notification, or the madrasa, they jumbled the TET with the selection process because they ought to publish it separately. That ought to be the model, but they published it. I will show a notification. Thereafter, I will because rule is very specific that because this is a first time TET hold by the Madrasa Service Commission. Because earlier occasion they combined TET with written examination. This time, first time, they hold TET examination and main examination. So I could say, well, they ought to separate the TET as well as the written examination, but the rule itself permit them take the examination combinedly. I will place that rule later on. What is the rule? So my first submission is that, my lord, if this court hold the last cutoff date is 14 July 2023, then ABM Abdullah is also not an eligible candidate, or others who are the writ petitioner in item number 10, and not only this ABM Abdullah, not a single candidate is eligible to participate in this selection process. This is a legislation for giving equal opportunity to all citizens. Because in our country, there is no right of getting service. There is no right of getting public employment. But equal opportunity and public employment, that's the fundamental right. What is the rule position, Malat? I just, Malat, place the rule. No. Malat, I just place rule 7, manner of selection. Start from page 50, relevant page, page number 55. What it, Malat?
Yes.
This is manner of selection. Rule 7. Selection to any post shall be made on the basis of result of state level selection test SLST, which may comprise any or some of all of the following as may be decided by the Commission. A. TET General and TET Arabic. So there are two TET. One is General TET, another is TET Arabic. Who am I? We are TET Arabic. For undergraduate category teacher for class 1 to 4 and TET General and TET Arabic. For general category teacher for class 5 to 8 of all MCQ OMR format. B. Preliminary test for all categories of non-teaching staff. C. Main examination MCQ for all categories of teaching staff of postgraduate, graduate, all, undergraduate, all, and headmaster, headmistress, superintendent, and all categories of non-teaching staff. D. Computer typing and computer proficiency test for clerk, interview for all categories of teaching and non-teaching staff. F. Verification of qualification as applicable for all category of teaching and non-teaching staff. 2. Commission may fix the minimum qualifying marks in preliminary test. The next one is the relevant one, the most important. Candidate who qualify in teacher eligibility test, got it, my lord, will be allowed to appear for main examination of corresponding SLST. So whosoever a TET qualified candidate is eligible to participate in corresponding SLST. This is 7 SLST. And also the main examination of subsequent SLST. So the rule is very specific. Whosoever qualified TET, he is eligible one to participate in corresponding SLST. That means that particular SLST. And the subsequent SLST directly main examination. That means on that particular SLST, whosoever passed it, he will participate in the selection process. Their interpretation is wrong, completely wrong. I will show because of that, my lord, it is mentioned in the rule itself that what would be the academic qualification. It is mentioned itself. And subsequent is subject to age limit and fulfillment of other requisite criteria. So, if a person on the date of verification or date of main examination is TET qualified, or age limit or other requisite qualification at the time of main examination is the eligible one. Because NCT says pursuing candidate is allowed in TET. Now this rule says whosoever TET passed allowed in corresponding SLST. NCT give us right to participate in TET. This rule gives us right to participate in selection process. If they hold it, if this court hold it, that no, contrary to the rule, the last cutoff date on the particular date ought to be the qualification, then not a single candidate would be the eligible one. Even they got the service, after 7 years or 10 years, their service might be done. Because of that, if that point hold, that yes, the minimum eligibility criteria ought to be on a particular date. Because they also not get the TET certificate or there was not TET qualified candidate.
Sir, I am talking to you. Who is this person? Why are you talking on mobile phone in courtroom? Who are you? You are a petitioner over here. What is your name?
Huh?
Your client?
No.
Petitioners.
Petitioners in item number 10.
What is, sir? You have to be aware of it.
Yes.
These things are not happen in court, na? Please don't do it. Ask him to go out of the court if he has any important call, receive that call, and then come back. Yes.
What can I say, my lord? Although I don't want to mention it, because of that, although I'm in high fever, my headache is there. But some of the candidate, my lord, they WhatsApp me. If you're not present today in the court, because they are not my kind of client, we will go to your chamber. We will show agitation to your chamber. That they makes this WhatsApp.
Now the fever has come down.
Yes.
Well, they will become the teacher.
Sometimes
It's very
fever has a variety of medicines. Variety of medicines.
so.
Quote and unquote.
Yes. Yes. Sir.
So, my lord, I just yes. So, my lord,
55.
yes,
Page 55. you
55,
refer to
my lord. So
7.3.
3. So, NCT gives us opportunity to participate in the TET, and thereafter, being TET qualified candidate, they will participate in the particular SLST. That is the rule. Rule is very specific about it. Thereafter 4, because from where it is started, the selection process, it is mentioned in the rule itself. 4, the commission may introduce negative marking for wrong choice of option candidate that ought not to be there, because that is also challenge in other writ petition, but because of that, according to NCT guideline, there is no such. There ought not to be any negative marking in Arif Rahan matter, that is challenged. So 5, that rule is itself challenged. 5, candidate will be called for interview on the basis of marks obtained in main examination. Final merit list will be prepared on the basis of marks obtained in main examination, marks obtained in interview, and computer typing skill and computer proficiency, as the case may be, as specified in Schedule 2 and 3. Marks of TET will not be taken into consideration for preparation of publication of final merit list. So TET is a minimum eligibility criteria. If they pass TET, then they will participate in the selection process, which start from main examination. So main examination, the selection process herein start from main examination, because TET marks will not taken into consideration. Just TET pass, because this is a first time TET. For that reason, rule is very specific that whosoever TET passed, he participate in corresponding SLST. After TET pass, on that particular on main examination date, subsequently they made the notification on a particular date, because that is the initiation of selection process.
19 June.
No, my lord. That is, my lord, 12 December 2024. In Can 5, it is annex page number 28. That is the date.
Page number
28. Sorry. All right, I just showed page number 28, 29, and 23. I just read it. Important notice. It is hereby notified for all concerned that result of the 7 SLST 80 TET Arabic for class 1 to 4 and 6 to 8 and 7 SLST 80 main examination for class 9, 10 and 11, 12 will be published on the website of the commission and such website on such and such date. Verification of document of candidate qualifying in 7 SLST 80 TET. It is hereby notified for all concerned that verification of document of all the candidates who have qualified in 7 SLST 80 TET Arabic for class 1 to 5, 4 and TET Arabic and Advanced Arabic for class 5 to 8 will be held from such and such to such and such date, except such and such from such and such to such and such time. I just skip the letter for verification of document can be downloaded by concerned candidate from website of commission such and such from such and such onwards. So, my lord, it is from this notification, it is clear on the date of verification. If they are TET qualified, if they have requisite qualification, they will participate in the selection process. Thereafter, my lord, interview and verification document of candidate called for 7 SLST 80 interview. It is hereby notified for all concerned that verification of documents and interview of candidate call for 7 SLST 80 interview for classes 9, 10 and classes 11, 12 will be held from 6 January 2025 to 15 January 2025 except 12 January 2025 from 10:30 AM to 5:30 PM at Baitul Haj House, such and such. The call letter for interview and verification of document can be downloaded by the concerned candidate from the website of commission such and such. Main examination notification এখানে নেই. Now, my lord, main examination notification annexed in CAN 4, page number 18. This is the most important notification because on main examination date, if they have requisite qualification, then as per my humble understanding, then they are the eligible candidate. Why they are the eligible candidate? And Article 12 authority, that is Madrasa Service Commission, they, by following the rule, they gave opportunity, but initially they not gave opportunity to the passing candidate in pursuance of court order because of the NCT guideline, state conduct guideline, they are eligible one. And after participation, being eligible candidate, after verification, they participate in the main examination. But kindly see that they gave this notice on that day. If they are not eligible, then any candidate.
Page number
18. CAN 4.
8018.
Page number 18. 18.
Yes.
It is hereby notified for all concerned that main examination of 7 SLST 80 Arabic and Advanced Arabic for classes 5 to 8 and Arabic for class 1 to 4 will be held on 19 January 2025 Sunday. The admit card can be downloaded by the concerned candidate from the website of the commission. So that is the crucial day. On that day, if they are eligible one, then they are eligible to participate in the selection process. If this court hold that no, on the month of July 2023 would be the cut-off date, because here the whole question roving around the cut-off date, which would be the cut-off date. The cut-off date to gather the qualification ought to be the main examination date. Why? Because of that, in the rule itself, Rule 7, Sub-Rule 3 says, whosoever TET qualified, they will participate in corresponding SLST. That is most important word in this regarding this matter, my lord. In corresponding SLST and subsequent main examination. So rule itself gave the pathway to participated candidate to participate in the corresponding SLST. Here, if they, this item number 10, if they says the no, that would be on 14 July 2023, then they are also not eligible to participate because they, on that particular date, they also not possess the TET qualification. Because TET is also a minimum eligibility criteria to participate in a selection process. On particular date, if you are not TET qualified, if you are not training, if you are not properly training qualified, if you are not having not academic qualification, then you are not eligible to participate in the selection process. So ABM Abdullah and others who file this writ petition, if they says no, that would be the particular date, that is 14 July 2023, then if this court hold it, then they are also become ineligible. Not only they are also, every candidate become ineligible because this is a first time TET. In that is, there is two type of TET, TET general and TET Arabic. We are TET Arabic candidate. Now, my lord, what would be the qualification which is narrated in the schedule. What would be the academic qualification or professional qualification? My lord, I believe, my lord, my juniors, although I don't know whether they properly instructed me or not, time and again, kindly turn page number 68. Time and again, my writ petition, my lord. Sorry. Masud Billah Sardar. No. See.
Page number.
Page number 68 and I will show page number 70. But this is schedule 1 corresponding to the rule 3. What would be the educational qualification including professional qualification, academic eligibility and experience? Time and again they referred item number 12, but that ought to be item number 16. And what is mentioned in item, what is the difference between item number 12, entry number 12 and serial number, entry number, got it, Malar? In bottom portion, entry number 12 and in middle portion of page number 17, entry number 16. I just placed, Malar, both the entry. Assistant teacher of junior high, high madrasa, senior madrasa, high secondary madrasa for the post meant for graduate vacancies for class 5 to 8. Essential minimum qualification as prescribed by NCT. Again, it is mentioned as amended from time to time on that date of advertisement. Time and again this shows it. B. Desirable knowledge of madrasa education system, Islamic studies and culture. Note 1, I just not placed it. Kindly turn entry number 16. We are Arabic, subject of Arabic. This is for general subject, not for Arabic subject. Now, kindly see what is the minimum eligibility criteria of Arabic subject. Assistant is even on main examination date, if a candidate is pursuing one in the subject of Arabic, they are also eligible. That is the rule.
In all the candidates over here are of Arabic.
Arabic and they are passed, my lord. They are passed just not only after last card, if this court hold, that is 14 July 2023, after just few days before TET examination, all the candidates passed the training qualification. Because because of that, Malad, kindly see my representation which is annexed with my writ petition, page number 91. We are 21 to 2023 sessions candidate. The last line of my representation. All the candidates. Session is important. Got it, Manoj? We are the student of B.Ed 2021 to 2023 session. Our session is going to end between the month of June and July this year. That means 2023. And the form fill-up of MSc will be within the month of May and June. But as per the MSc rules, we are not eligible to submit our application for not having our final mark sheet of B.Ed, even though we have right to be eligible for upper and primary TET as per the NCT rule is concerned. Therefore, we are asking for the inclusion of the B.Ed 2021 to 2023 session student. So, this is our humble request to please give us the opportunity to participate in the competition. So, they are 2021 to 2023 candidates. They passed in the month of July. Now, kindly see entry 16. Assistant teacher for the post. Sorry, page number 70.
70.
70. What is the essential qualification? Essential. Kindly flagged it and marked it. That is the most important. Assistant teacher for the post of Arabic in language group in graduate category for class 5 to 8. Essential. BA in Arabic, BA in theology, Kamil, Mumtajul, such and such, I just keep it. 2, that is most important. Degree in Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Education, postgraduate basic training from any recognized university or any training recognized by the state government as equivalent to Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Education, postgraduate basic training from teachers training duly recognized by the National Council for Teacher Education within bracket NCT in the relevant academic session. Alright, kindly, what is the difference between the entry number 12 and entry number 16? Entry number 12 says on the date of advertisement for general subject, even on the date of main examination, if a Arabic student who want to be a teacher of that particular category, even a pursuing candidate is also allowed. Because of that, my lord, in the rule says so. Why? Because the session is different. Arabic, because there are Kamil, theology, Mumtajul, their session is something different to general subject. For that reason, the rule itself gave this opportunity to participate in the selection process. For that reason, in entry number 12, this is on that particular date regarding educational qualification. But regarding the Arabic, this is a particular session, academic session, 21 to 23 session, they are eligible. Even if the main examination hold in the year 2024, then my lord, whosoever is a pursuing one on that particular date, they are also eligible. As per this rule. Judgment কিছু লাগবে না। লাগবে না। এত সুন্দর রুলের obviously,
Did the
I just
What
not
did
not
the
take
short
more than 50.
start with 15 minutes, but it goes on.
But what if
Short did the short is coming week ही दिए
further 15 to 20 minutes?
coming week. He'll come back to you. Let him complete. We make it. অন্য ম্যাটার আছে না মানডেতে রেখে দাও মানডেতে পেনশনের ম্যাটার সেকেন্ড হাফে নিয়ে নাও